from our studios in the historic Brooks Mansion, located in Northeast Washington, D.C. This is Student Exposure. There's an organization in D.C. that's redefining the concept of comfort food within the community. Since 1988, Food and Friends has taken the term Meals on Wheels and supercharged it. Let's find out more.
Food and Friends is an organization that prepares and delivers meals free of charge to people living with HIV and AIDS, cancer, and other life-challenging illnesses, to include diabetes, in DC, Maryland, and Virginia. We started in 1988 out of the basement of a church. The pastor of that church was our first CEO. She had noticed that a lot of her congregation was getting diagnosed with HIV, and a lot of people living with HIV were balancing that illness by themselves and battling that illness by themselves. So she started a freshly prepared meal program to deliver those meals to people within the DC area. It originally was a partnership with a few restaurants, and then a year later we became a nonprofit and started cooking our own meals and catering them to our clients. We can serve up to 3,000 people a year. I think last year we served 2,800 clients, and we have currently on service about 1,700 clients. We have a lot of different volunteers who come every year. Those are volunteers who decide to do that on their own. We have some volunteers who've been doing that since we started in 1988. We have a core group of volunteers of about 300, and then we have groups who come in every single day to help us prepare and package and deliver those meals. Those groups could be corporate groups such as Marriott or Booz Allen Hamilton, or could be school groups. We have partnerships with DC Public Schools where students come in and package meals, and colleges and universities.
So I'm actually with a new organization at Howard University. It's called Revolt. It's a women's empowerment group, and we do a lot of volunteering with the DC community. We go out, and this is one of our very many opportunities that we've had.
My first experience here at Food and Friends was back in 2011 as a volunteer. I started volunteering early Friday mornings with my mom and my daughter. I would come about 7 o'clock in the mornings, and we would be here for a couple of hours. We'd portion out meals early in the morning. It was a nice experience. I'd work with like 5 or 6 other volunteers. I got to know them really well.
There's a lot of groups, organizations that come in here, and to me it's just socializing and getting to know different people, and I just have a good time here.
So it's a strictly health-based qualification, so you have to be living with HIV or AIDS, cancer, or another life-challenging illness such as being on hospice care or diabetes. They're referred to us by their care providers, doctors, or hospitals, so it's strictly health-based. And about 89% of our clients are living below the poverty line as well, so it's an additional challenge that they have.
So it was a really cool concept, and I really like seeing what goes like inside each bag and how much preparation goes into each bag and thought process between like their diets and like what they can and can't eat. And so that was very rewarding in itself, because it's like I'm helping people, you know, who are like bound by their illnesses. So it's just really like heartwarming.
Food and Friends to me means love and caring support for our clients and our volunteers. I don't just come here to work. I come here because this place means everything to me.
Food and Friends means it's like, it makes me feel good giving back to the people, and they're such a wonderful organization, so good-hearted people.
Food and Friends means caring. It means people coming together for something great, to provide incredible, life-saving meals to people living with a challenge on a day-to-day. You know, when you're sick, the last thing you want to do is walk to a grocery store and cook for yourself. And we provide this basic, incredible service that is something you don't have to worry about when you have to worry about managing your medications and going to the doctors and making your appointments and getting chemo. It's one thing you don't have to worry about.
So you heard a little bit about Food and Friends. Joining me now in studio to talk more about that amazing group of people is segment producer Donta Namling. Welcome to Student Exposure.
Thank you for having me.
So Food and Friends has a reputation in the city and has actually won some accolades to being one of the best places to volunteer. Would you agree?
This year, DC local paper recognized Food and Friends as one of the best places to volunteer in 2016.
And why would you say that after having met the men and women that work there? Why would you think it's one of the best?
If you look at their passion and their face and food that they provide and work ethic that they have from top to bottom, and everyone is very dedicated to what they're trying to do.
Absolutely. Would you volunteer there if you had the opportunity?
Of course I would.
So again, there are a multitude of other programs in the city that offer food services to various residents. What makes Food and Friends different?
Specifically, the way they, what they provide to, depending on the illness of their clients, they prepare specific food for their nutrition that they need.
So how does the service work? I know that some of these people with these illnesses may ultimately be sick and or shut in.
Right.
How do they get to food to them?
What you do, they deliver the food to their house each day. So each week they deliver about 6,000 meals a week.
Wow, 6,000 meals a week.
Yeah.
So do you get food for the day or for the entire week?
For a day, they prepare each food for a day, and then they serve around DMV area basically.
So it
Not just DC.
reaches more people than just residents of the
Yes.
city. They also extend to Maryland and
Right.
Virginia.
Yes. they extend.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
Fantastic. Thanks so much for
Thank
joining
you.
me. We'll hope to get more about Food and Friends and see more of your wonderful producing skills in the future.
Thank you very much.
Serving the DMV 6 days a week and 52 weeks out of the year, Food and Friends has certainly staked its claim among DC's premier service organizations. For more information, please go to their website, foodandfriends.org.